Welcome back and thank you for tuning in. If you are new, make sure you subscribe if you want silver news brought to you on a daily basis. I'll always give you the inside scoop. And over the past couple of days, this is the most important news that's been coming out regarding precious metals. Yesterday, FX Street posted an article titled "Silver Could Be Bottoming." We also have another article from FX Street written yesterday, "Is a short squeeze in the cards for silver?" We also have FX Empire saying that silver bounces on Monday to show signs of life. Also, another very interesting article that came out today from investing.com, fresh off the press, is titled "Silver Gains as Fears of an Escalation of the Gaza Conflict." We already saw this one that was written yesterday, silver could be bottoming. Right now it's up to $27.79, approaching $28 again. So take advantage of these prices. And if you wanted to, well, I have some gold, silver, and platinum specials just for you. This week's specials at Miles Franklin are 1 ounce silver Austrian Philharmonics for only $3.10 over spot. We also have 1 ounce gold South African Krugerrands for only $60 over spot. And last but not least, we have 1 ounce platinum Maple Leafs for only $80 over spot. You can email me slayer@milesfranklin.com or call me 330-485-6172. And make sure you subscribe for daily silver videos. All right, folks, I really do appreciate you listening through those announcements. Now, let's jump into what silver's been doing over the past 24 hours and why. We'll be going over yesterday's news all the way to today's news, so it just makes more sense. So this came out from FX Street yesterday, titled "Silver Could Be Bottoming." Silver's been slowing down for the last 3 months, but drop on 4th time frame in this 3 weeks wave of ABC, which indicates for a corrective decline within higher degree wave 4. It's now potentially finishing the final subwave 5 of C at 26,050 to 26,000. I don't know what the hell any of these numbers mean, and I doubt you do either, and if you do, comment down below. I guess they're just referring to these. I mean, okay, I just want to hear the support level, resistance levels, and what's happening. I guess technical analysis, chart talk, they are saying that silver could be bottoming and using proof by saying a whole bunch of digits and numbers. So now let's jump into this article from FX Street that was also posted yesterday, which is pretty interesting. It's mentioning that a short squeeze could be in the cards for silver. Now, to give a disclaimer, this next article is very frustrating to read. There's a lot of people that try to become YouTubers, and a big mistake, a common mistake I see a lot of people do, is what this guy does in the beginning of this article. I'm going to read it. I usually would skip past it, but I just want you guys to see what I mean. Is a short squeeze in the cards for silver. The dollar waffles, but looks to be in big trouble. Short and sweet this morning. Good day and a marvelous Monday to you. This will be very short and sweet this morning as I have an appointment to see the doctor that did my heart procedure, and they will scan it to see if there are any leaks. If no leaks, then maybe, just maybe, I can get off the blood thinners. I had forgotten to tell you last Thursday about today, so here I am in the middle of the night writing to you to keep abreast of the markets. The OJs greet me this morning with their song, Love Train. So best of luck, my friend. I'm sure you're a great guy, but just people don't usually care. I hate to say that, but it's true, especially if someone's just clicking on this video that doesn't know who you are. So the dollar on Friday last week hemmed and hawed, but as the week came to a close, the BBDXY was down and ended the week at 1,246. I guess the dollar bugs haven't gotten the memo that there's a 100% chance of a Fed heads rate cut in a few weeks. All the talk last week about an emergency rate cut have abated. And so now we're back to the September FOMC meeting to see a rate cut. I say that about the dollar bugs because one would think if a country's central bank is going about debasing its currency with rate cuts, then you would think that the backers of said currency would be running for the hills. And maybe they are waiting for the actual announcement of a rate cut before that they take off for the hills, he's just saying. But that is a good point, right? If you know that they're purposely just destroying their currency, then why would you keep anything in said currency? Gold found a bid on Thursday last week and gained $40, while silver gained 91 cents. Then on Friday, or last Friday, gold gained another $3 and silver lost 10 cents. So gold ended the week at $2,430, silver at $27.44. Now, I really want to get to the part that the article's title, The Short Squeeze. So let's move on down. They do go into oil. And this is another thing as a YouTuber. Don't start talking about platinum and palladium and copper and stuff. We're here for the title of this article. So let's try to find it. Okay, here we go. And I read this past weekend that some observers believe that all of the physical silver that's available will be used up with industrial needs. That's when short paper traders will see a squeeze the size of Everest. And that's when silver finally gets the upward move it deserves. I really, really, really want the short paper traders to get caught in a short squeeze so that they go away. They don't have to go away mad. They just need to go away. And he's referring to that article that came out that all the silver will be used up by 2025. All the available silver will be obtained by 2025. And that's what he's talking about. And when he says they don't have to go away mad, he's saying that they could at least sell. They could be happy. They could just sell it. It's not like you have to go away kicking and screaming. You could just go into something else. It's paper anyways. It's not like you're investing into precious metals for the intrinsic value that we are. You're looking at it as an investment just like you would with a stock or crypto. So he's saying just go away. Stop allowing this manipulation. The price of the oil this morning starts the day week with a $77 handle, and the 10-year treasuries or the 10-year yield starts today with 3.95% yield. So they're going on to say that this is going to be a data palooza week, as we inundated that the real economic data, backroom data. So usually I wouldn't comment about stuff like this, but since we're looking at all of these upcoming situations that will affect silver, I do think it's important. They do go into, U.S. policymakers and pundits in the financial media were initially dismissive of de-dollarization. They argue that the dollar is used in some 80% of all global financial transactions. No other currency even comes close. But financial sanctions against Russia imposed after Russia's military intervention in Ukraine's Donbas region in 2022 became a turning point. The trend to de-dollarize expanded rapidly and now has arguably become irreversible. Which is so true. We're seeing a situation where it's like a domino effect. The more countries that detach, the worse de-dollarization gets, the harder it's going to be to reverse it, and actually it's going to start going the opposite way faster and faster. Like they say with markets even, they say 90% of the market's movement happens the last 10% of the leg, right? It's usually not a gradual approach. It usually just flip-flops. And when we already see Russia and all these other countries completely detaching, trading in oil and other things, well, it makes sense, especially when you see the BRICS, which they're having a huge meeting in October with like 150 countries joining. And what are they going to talk about? Well, they all have one thing in common. They don't want dollars. They all have another thing in common. They're all on the same team, allying together as there's a huge transfer of power from the west to the east, especially when we're trying to directly go in their pockets by going green. Those are oil-rich countries. If we go green, we are completely saying, screw your oil. We don't want it. We'll find other ways to use, technology and industry without oil or cars, electric vehicles. Screw your oil. Screw all the gold, all the liquid gold you have around. Now, of course, there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of context in between that, but it still is, that's a big start of the point. So they go into that. So now let's go into silver gains as fears of an escalation of the Gaza conflict. Silver prices surged by 1.3%, closing at 81,624, driven by a combination of safe haven demand, rising expectations that the Fed will cut interest rates at its next meeting, the geopolitical risk, particularly ongoing tensions that often drive investors towards safe haven assets like silver, contributed to the upward momentum. So the growing belief that the Fed will move towards easing monetary policy has further supported silver prices, as lower interest rates reduce the opportunity cost of holding non-interest-bearing assets like precious metals. Investors are closely monitoring the upcoming U.S. economic data, particularly producer prices on Tuesday and consumer prices on Wednesday, which are expected to provide more clarity on inflation trends. So yeah, they're mentioning that's kind of what's been going on right now. They go into silver contracts. I don't really want to go into that. I do want to go into this article though, because this was posted yesterday. Silver bounces on Monday to show signs of life. I do think this is interesting because we were very skeptical on what would happen. We didn't know if maybe that short bounce up was false, if it was just going to start going back down to 25. Some people are saying 25 or even like 26.50. Now it's headed towards 28. So anyway, Monday was important. The silver market was a bit positive during the early hours on Monday to show signs of life. All things being equal, the market, I think, goes looking to the $28.50 level, which has been both support and resistance multiple times in the past. If we can break above that level, then it's likely we can go looking for the $30 level after that. And yeah, definitely, if we break past $28.50, I think 30 would be after that. A lot of people were thinking that it would keep going lower, but like I mentioned before, we just broke past 12-year highs. There's so much stability built at higher levels. I mean, look how long we were staying. Where's like another chart? Where's a better chart I could show? Here's the 6-month silver chart. Here's the 1-year silver chart. We stayed well above 28 for so long, right? So for it to just shoot way back down to like 26 down here, like it makes more sense that it would bounce, right? That's the dip, right? Sometimes markets dip. That's called, that's a correction. It's correcting because it can't just continue to go higher like that avalanche. But it doesn't look like, I couldn't see it go back down to 26. I think that was the bottom, like they were mentioning. This could be silver's bottom. That's my opinion. Markets are crazy and who knows, but that just looking at it from, a logical perspective, which the markets are not logical. They are very irrational. So remember, take it with a grain of sand or a grain of salt or a pinch of salt or whatever, but that's what I think. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Remember, folks, if you guys wanted to subscribe, I highly recommend it because I post daily videos. I got another video. I'll probably post tomorrow. The video I was going to post today, I'll post that tomorrow. But it's also very important, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys wanted to join the Secret Silver Society, which is a secret club for silver stackers, every stacker gets a chance to win silver at the end of every month. We do raffles. So every member gets one raffle. Elite members get two raffles in the drawing bucket. We also have a game we're playing this month, which we're going to choose whoever gets the closest to silver's price by August 31st wins. So everyone's going to throw in a guess of what they think silver's price will be on the closing day of August 31st. So at the end of the month, and whoever's closest wins silver. I think that's a really unique and fun way to just, win prizes. Plus the membership discussion board is really cool. We always, there's just a ongoing chat of everyone throwing questions out there, sharing pictures of their stack, asking questions, sharing ideas, posting links to interesting articles and videos. It's really cool. So if you guys wanted to join that, I'll link it in the description. If you guys wanted to help my mom's GoFundMe, she had her 4th breast cancer surgery last week, so she's recovering, but she'll be out for over a month. So if you guys wanted to donate to help pay her bills, she'd appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. I've been supporting her since 2021 when all this started because she hasn't been able to work as much and she can't work too many hours or she'll lose her health insurance, so she's forced to make less money, which is coming out of my pocket. So if you guys could help, it really would mean the world to us. And also, if you guys wanted to purchase gold and silver or platinum or palladium, then email me, slayer@milesfranklin.com, or call me 330-485-6172. I will answer the phone. A lot of people don't think I will. Or you could text me, and I will text you back. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.